Hey, it's Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd. Welcome back to my channel. This is a series of videos where I take a look back on my top 5 not to buy series. Even if you didn't watch the original video, this is still a good chance to check in on some of those hot comic books at 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year later. This particular video is for 3 months later for July 1st, 2022. Quick note, I'm trying a new format here because the other format I tried out was taking too long to produce. I'm hoping this is a little bit quicker for video production reasons, and so far I can get more videos out to you guys quicker. I'm going to change the format a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right, so first up on the list was Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 4. This is the first appearance of Tamara Blake, who becomes Iron Cat later on in the comics, which is why this book started to pop off. So let's take a look at cover price first. On cover price, we see that it's almost up a percentage point in its current trend for what they show there. $8 for the average price of a raw. Let's look at graded prices because I think that's definitely a more fair comparison. We have one sale of a 9.0 for $39.07 that took place here in October, actually, so very recently. Raw, looking at let's look at very fine. That seems to be the largest category here. $6.75 to $12, 20 bucks. No, there was a $20 and a $40 and a $30 sale. That was in July. So right around the time that it was hot, $30, $40, 20 bucks, 15, 11, 12. So, from what I can tell there, that's definitely an interesting data point. Obviously it went up when it hit the list. That makes sense. Let's take a look at Overstreet Access. Overstreet Access lists a raw value, and I'm going to look at a 9.4 for this, $6. I mean, you can kind of see the other price ranges here all the way up to a 10. They say $6 for a raw. All right, Go Collect. Go Collect only looks at graded values, and on Go Collect, it looks like there are the most 9.8s on the census. And a number of those, only one of those has sold. It was a best offer accepted for less than $213 for a 9.8, and that was in September. Out of curiosity, I'll look at a 9.6. Looks like one of those was sold for less than $73 in September as well. Okay, let's look at comicspriceguide.com. All right, comicspriceguide.com says that a graded book is going to go for $17 and a 9.8, and then a raw is going to go for $5. And if you can look at the other values there if you want to make your own judgment on what grade to look at for this book. Those are just kind of my go-tos for anything that's kind of on the newer side of things. I'll look for lower grades on the older stuff, or if I don't have data, I'll look at lower grades, but there's data there, and that's what they say. So, all right, let's look at eBay. All right, we're on eBay and we're filtering by sold listings. We see in October, this book is selling for $12, UK shipping, $15 back in September, $17 in August, $6.50 in August for a VF, supposedly. Best offer, $13. None of these are really breaking the bank here since that book hit the list. We did see $30 and $40 sales. As far as I can go back to July 12th, I see a $26 sale, and that was all the way back in July. So definite signs of cooling. If you really want to buy this book because you think Iron Cat's going to make an appearance in the MCU, I don't think that's going to happen, but if you did, you can go ahead and pick it up now and save yourself a lot of money. So that was definitely a good comic book not to buy, in my opinion. Next up on the list is Hero Gasm number 1, first appearance of Soldier Boy. Took off for obvious reasons because of the Boys TV show. Here we're looking at slab sales. You can get a 9.8. Current FMV appears to be 140 in a 9.8. Let's just see how that's performed over time since July. Looks like it went up to about 250 right around the time that list came out, and we're down to 140.39 as the current value. In a raw, we're going to look at near mint conditions. In a raw, anywhere from $56, 50, 53, 60, 31, $20.95. All right, so I'm seeing a definite downward trend on cover price. Let's look at Overstreet Access. Overstreet Access for issue 1 shows 9.4s currently being valued at $50. Go Collect, we're definitely gonna look at a 9.8 for a book this new, and on a 9.8 sale, we see a little bit more action on Go Collect here. If I go back to when the list was dropped, 190, 205, 200, 150, 101, 140, best offer less than 200. And then interestingly enough, the most recent sale in September, 250. Interesting. All right, comicspriceguide.com has a 9.8 at $200, and they have a 9.4 at $34. Again, you can take a look at the other values they show there. It's really easy to see what they're showing. And let's look at eBay sold. Finally here at eBay sold, Hero Gasm number 1, $38 for a 9.6 in September, $80 for a 9.6 in September, and there's that $250 for that 9.8, and another $250 for 9.8, so maybe that was the one. And then we see some raws, $50 back in September. So interestingly enough, this one, I think I have to kind of extrapolate a little bit from not seeing 9/8 go for more. I would expect them to be a little bit higher than that, but the raws are kind of holding value. This is an interesting one. I'd really like to track this one again at 6 months and see how we're doing. Right now, it kind of depends. I don't think you really lost any money if you bought this back then, maybe like 10, 15 bucks at the most, but I also don't think you made very much either. Maybe like 10, 15 bucks at the most probably. So that's kind of interesting. Let's track this one again in a few months. All right, next up we have Hulk versus Thor, Banner of War, Alpha, second printing, 1 in 25. Jesus, I hope I don't have to say that again. Okay, first up on cover price, we have this as a current 0% trend, no slab sales, and we have no grade FMV at $69. Interesting. So this is one I'll tell you, I don't see much data on here. Let's look at Overstreet Access doesn't have the variant listed yet. They don't have a lot of variants listed yet in their database. Go Collect doesn't have the second printing 1 in 25. I don't see it here. If there's somewhere else I'm supposed to look for it, sorry, Go Collect, I can't find it. I don't see it down there. And then comicspriceguide.com actually just has this. This issue has recently been added to our database and research on its value has not started. So you see 0 values. So let's go to eBay, which is probably the true litmus test anyway, especially for a ratio incentive. And here in August, it sold for near $100, $80 back in July, and then $78, $51, $69. So really nothing since August. I would have to guess that maybe some of those higher grade ones got submitted to CGC. I really don't know, but this was just a hot ratio with no sales activity since August. I can't really make a determination on what this is going for. I think I have to wait for some more sales data. If you bought it in July and you sold in August, you probably made out pretty well. So for now, that looks pretty good, but I really want more sales data on this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. All right, next we're going to be looking at Marvel Comics Presents 158. This is the first appearance of Clandestine, which is a team that appeared in Miss Marvel, at least a version of the team using that name. Let's see how this one fared. Over on Cover Price, we can see that it's currently down almost 4% at a $6 raw FMV. Slabbed FMV condition 9.6. They say it's worth 60 bucks. We can see there's not a whole lot of sales data to go off of here. Right before it came out in the list, you saw a 9.6 sell for $250. That was before I made the video. On the raw side, not a whole lot to go off of here, but we do see some sales that are kind of up until you really start to look at the data, because even back in 21, this was selling for $47, 40 bucks, $23.05. But when we jump forward to where I made the video, let's look at the next sale after that. That would have been in July. $30.78, $29, $18, almost $21, 20 bucks, and 19 bucks. So that's kind of where we're at for this. Kind of down, although not as much as I actually would have expected. Overstreet Access lists this as a $4 book. Go Collect, let's see, 9.6 is actually the most active on the census. When we look at a 9.6, we can see that the sales for it are hovering around, let's see, 70 to 75 to 60. So kind of up and down there. Okie dokie, comicspriceguide.com has a 9.8 graded at $101, and they have a 9.4 at 15 bucks. eBay tells us that it's selling for $6.50 raw, $6, $4.50, $8.50, $10, 15 bucks. We're getting closer to 20 bucks. That's back in August, and then in July, 10 bucks. I'm really not seeing a whole lot on this book other than a slight downward trend, but maybe people are holding on to it. It also could just be the bear market. People aren't really trying to sell this book right now, or if they are, they're not having a whole lot of luck. This one will be interesting to track in 6 months as well. All right, last up on the list is a book that I think is an absolute train wreck. What If Miles Morales #4. This is an issue that was pretty controversial due to some racist overtones that people detected pretty clearly reading this issue. Let's check out how this one did on Cover Price. We see that it's actually trending up about 5% with a raw FMV around $10. Slabbed FMV, they're saying it is at approximately $53. And we can see that's pretty clear from the sales, 86, 49, 47, 52. So it dropped from its initial high. Let's check out raw. Okay, raw came out from anywhere from around $10 to 15, 16, and then dropped back down in July, actually, back down to $3.99 all over the place. In August, $3.99 all over the place. We come back with a $12.99 sale. That's definitely an outlier. And then we come back with a $10 sale. So that's really interesting. Actually, $3.99 across the board for almost several months there at near mint condition. How about Overstreet Access? Overstreet Access says this is a $4 book. Go Collect says that a 9.8 has 47 on the census. And going back here, we have a best offer. We have 86, a best offer, 49, 47, 52, 139 sold at a fixed price, 55 and 41. To me, that looks like a pretty clear downward trend. How about Comics Price Guide? Comics Price Guide says that a 9.8 should run you $18, and it says that a near mint should run you $4. eBay, the great decider here, says that a 9.8 sold in October for $41. You can get raws for approximately $7 to $8. Looks like pretty recently, $9 there. $55 for a 9.8, $13 for a raw. So a little bit higher on eBay for some of the raws than we were seeing like on COVRPRICE, for example. But still, this book is definitely trending down, and it's kind of like I predicted. A lot of controversial books really don't hold their value that often, unless they're something that's controversial is so much that they live in infamy. And this one was kind of controversial in news cycle and started to die down after that. So hopefully people are forgetting about this book, because I think they should. I really didn't like it. So pretty interesting. All right, there you have it. My 3 months later for July 1st, 2022 on the books that I recommended not to buy. What do you think of the list? What do you think of how the values held up? And are you looking forward to any of these books down the road? Are you trying to pick any of them up? Let me know. If you want to become a channel member, you can check out all my channel members right here. I really appreciate their support every single month. It means a lot to me. It helps afford some of these subscription services I use to check out prices for you guys. You can become a channel member on your way down to the comments down below. There is a join button. There's also some other things you can do to save some money, like cleaning and pressing and comic supplies and comic books over at Dangerous Waters, all kinds of stuff like that. So definitely check that out. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, I want to remind you, as always, hey, 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 hey. Read comics every day.